This video is intended to be for the new pickers just starting out, the newbies, who are getting frustrated and tired from hours of picking and getting no results from all your efforts of picking, and your esteem is low. This is one way of increasing your esteem and your attitude and your confidence in yourself that you'll eventually get there. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to do some raking and combing, which is a low skill way of getting into a lock. And you can get into them pretty rapidly, and there's nothing better feeling than when you can hear the popping of a shackle on a lock that gives you a rush. So we'll go through these. Some of them I should be able to open, maybe some I can't, but we'll go ahead and start. And I'm going to start with this oldie here. This is a Wilson Bohannon. It's a 5-pin lock. And we are going to rake this. I've tried single pin picking this myself and I can't do it. So I get my satisfaction out of raking. So we get the rake, put it all the way in the back. Just put a little bit of tension. And as you're raking back and forth, you want to kind of bob the tensioner. And what that does is that when these pins clear the shear line, this is going to turn the core for you so that you can actually unlock the lock. So we're going to rake back and forth, up and down, in an 8 pattern. And hopefully one of those will work. But nothing is guaranteed. And if you can't get it, you go to the next block. We'll do this. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the next pick. Since that one wouldn't seem to be doing, we'll go to this, it's like a Bogota, but it may be a triple peak. They look the same to me. Same thing, up and down, left and right, in a figure 8 pattern. And I think we have it here. There we go. The Wilson Bohannon. And next we have a Commando. This is a 5-pin. And according to its advertising, it has up to 10 security pins in it. Driver pins and key pins. Mostly serrated. I believe there could be spools in it, but I've not seen the inside of one. Got a turning tool. Wasn't locked. Okay, now it's locked. Okay. With these laminated locks, you've got these rivets coming out of here. And sometimes your turning tool will catch onto a rivet, and you may have to pull that out a little bit to clear the rivet. Fortunately, the rivets are gone here. There's 6 rivets around there, even though it has enough for 2, 4, 10. It only has 6, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, we'll try this. It's one of those quad quint rakes, and I don't know the difference between the two either, other than the frequency, the wave here. This is pointed, and the other one I believe is rounded, but they're usually meant for 5 pins or more. So we get that in there. Sometimes the keyway is tight with the turning tool in it. fight to get it in. Make sure you get it in right side up. That's the pointed tip is down. Not that way, this way. This one may be a little bit more secure because of the pins, but not secure enough. There's Commando. Okay. Next we'll go up to these masters. And this is a master number 49 discus. It's a 4-pin lock. And I'm going to use this longer turning tool and this snake rake. And this has a spring in it, so you're fighting against the spring as well as the pins. And the 4 pins are pretty close. I don't think they go beyond here. The cord doesn't go beyond there, so don't go sticking your pick way in there because you're not going to be hitting the pins. Let's see if we can get this open. This is the, for me, one of the hardest of the padlocks to rake, and even to pick because of the spring that's in there. So if I don't get this, I'm not going to feel bad. Feel them set, but I can't. Oh, there we go. That's the master 40. And then we'll go to the universal first lock. We all pick, and that's the master number 3. I do have a master number 1. Looks identical, but it's just larger. And that's usually what happens when the numbers go up in the masters. The padlock gets bigger. Of course, this is supposed to be the easiest lock in the world, which will probably be the hardest one to rake. But we do have it. Okay, now to the master number 1. It's just a bigger lock. Probably has the same core in it as the number 3. I believe this is 4-pin also. And that was quick. Very quick. And now we'll do something different. We have this little union closed shackle lock. And, oops. We'll get the smaller turning tool in there because it's got a smaller keyway. And I'm going to use this rake. Because I think something this small, it might have 5 pins. Look at the key here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, I think it's 4. Okay. So let's give it a go. Also, when you're raking with these long picks, you gotta be careful not to pull this thing out real fast, because what you'll do, what I do all the time, is I pull it out, then I stick it back in, but I stick it back into my finger. So try not to get too rambunctious when you're picking these long pointed picks, because you can stab yourself. This is a fighter. It may beat me. I have to try another pick. We'll go to the triple peak here, see if that will work better. I tell you, these British locks know how to fight. Now we'll try the snake. If this doesn't work, we will move on. I will admit defeat. I believe it won. I'll try it one more time. Don't like being beat. Pin's set up in there, but the cord doesn't turn. Almost got myself. Okay, Fox, you lost it. You lost it. All right, now we're going to do some combing. I got two locks here. One's a master. One is one of these locks you buy in Harbor Freight, I believe it's. Don't even know what their brand name is, Bunker Hill, something like that. But this is the Master 140. And these are the Covert Instrument Ergo combs, which I like very much because it's got a good grip on. And it has this bump guard here, which you stick this all the way in until it hits the face of the lock, and then you're automatically in the right distance. The other ones you buy on the market don't have that neat thing here, and you just have to really move all around to try and get underneath all the pins in the right position. So this is a 4-pinner. We'll stick it in. Now this doesn't always work like the lockpick lawyer does, where he sticks it in, lifts it up, and pops it right open. You know, that's not real life. Sometimes you have to stick this in there and wiggle it and jiggle it until it really gets to the shear line. Because if you don't do it perfectly straight up and straight down, the cord's not going to turn. Because sometimes when you stick this in there, you're sticking it at an angle and lifting up, and so all the pins aren't the same height. So if that happens, you just need to jiggle. There we go. That jiggled that open. And now we'll do the hockey puck. This is a 5-pinner. Look at that right there. It's just like the Master puck lock and the American puck lock. But unlike the others, this one can be opened with a comb. And you need to get to 5. Okay, that's a 7. This is the 5-pin. Now, what else neat about these is that they write on there that it's a 5-pin comb. And it also lists different locks it does open with this. And it's on all the combs. That's another neat thing about this. Okay, it is locked up there. Show you how it opens there. And let's give it a whirl. Now this hat doesn't have a flush face. The Bible part sticks out about a 1/16 of an inch or a 1/16 of an inch, 32nd, somewhere around there. And so this isn't hitting flat up against the face of the lock, so it's not aligned properly. So it will take some jiggling to get it, if I can get it. Make sure I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I do have 5. Sure, it's not a 7 pin. Let me look, make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 6 pin. No wonder it wasn't working. Okay. So if you don't use the right tool, you're not going to get the right open. Now let's give this a chance. I've got it open, but it's not opening. Look, you can see the course turned. There we go. All right, just getting it pulled. So we've got that. Get that lock back in there. All right. So I hope you newbies enjoyed that, and you can get some satisfaction in your picking. And remember, nothing wrong with raking and combing. An open is an open, no matter how you do it. Just don't do it destructively. But using any kind of tools that you make or you buy and it opens the lock, that's what it's all about. So have a good evening, and I'll see you next time.